Hit well, deep to right center, back it goes, it is off the top of the wall. Here comes Taylor around third, and the Dodgers win it. The Dodgers win it. A walk-off hit in the bottom of the 10th for James Outman. Once around the park, James. 8-7 Dodgers.
AM 570 LA Sports, Dodgers 8-7 over the Jays in 10 thanks to Outman's blow there. But the Snakes and Giants keep pace.
Here's the 0-1 to him, and a high fly ball center field. On the run out there is the center fielder Carlson, and he can't get it. Up off the wall. Two are going to score. Carroll's on his way to third. He's got a triple, and the Diamondbacks lead it by a score of 3-1. That ball just kept carrying.
He did it as a pinch hitter. As heard on Arizona Sports 98.7 FM. Arizona snapping their skid 5-game slide 3-1 over the Cardinals. Giants beat the A's 2-1 to snap their 6-game slide. Manny Machado, Juan Soto, Gary Sanchez go yard. Padres best the Pirates 5-1. Tyler Glasnow 7 strong as the Rays beat the Marlins 4-1. The Fish have lost 9 of 10. Then there's the 2-home run club. Julio Rodriguez goes deep twice, and the Mariners win. Guardians get a win back by Bo Naylor's 2 home runs, and so does Dansby Swanson.
Cubs lead by 3. Dansby drives one in the air to left field. Back goes Benintendi to the wall. That ball is gone. Dansby Swanson with his 2nd home run of the game. And the Cubs take a 4-0 lead.
As heard of the Cubs radio network, Swanson knocks in 4. That's the difference in a 7-3 win over the White Sox. ESPN Radio in the morning, Jay Williams, Freddie Coleman, joined by Dan Graziano, talking NFL at 7:15 Eastern. David Dennis, Adscape senior writer, at 8:30 Eastern. Bruins captain Patrice Bergeron retiring after 19 seasons and 427 career goals. Thanks for staying up all night. For producer Chris McGlynn, technical director Javon Cutler, I'm Jim Baswell. ESPN Radio in the morning is next.
Yo, it's Jay Williams. Coming up on Wednesday, with most training camps open, we run through some of the biggest storylines you should be paying attention to. Don't miss it, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and ESPNU.
Some things leave you guessing, like, is this an owl, a cat, or a bat? Meow. MailChimp eliminates the guesswork from email marketing with tools that analyze data from billions of emails to offer suggestions for how to improve engagement and revenue. Guess less and sell more with the #1 email marketing and automation platform. Intuit MailChimp.
You already know that the TuneIn app lets you listen on the go. But did you know that you can listen to TuneIn in your car too? Take TuneIn on the road by staying connected with CarPlay, Android Auto, or Bluetooth. Plus, you can tap on the car icon from the home screen on your app for a simplified experience that's safer for the car. Shorten your commute with all your favorite audio on TuneIn.
Hey, are you still there?
Yeah, no, I can't. They don't allow me to leave until the show's over. Whether I want to or not.
Paul Feinbaum, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC network.
The 2023 U.S. Open Tennis Championships. It's the sport's biggest stars. It's the next generation now. It's fire on the court and off. It's edgy as seat and up on your feet. And it only happens here. The U.S. Open, August 28th through September 10th. Tickets on sale now at usopen.org. The U.S. Open. Spectacular awaits.
Nobody's arguing the hand in half. It clearly happened. I think they said 11 people acknowledged it. Ambiguity here, Reese, to speak to your point, is what Pat Fitzgerald could have known.
Listen to the College Game Day podcast with Reese Davis and Pete Thamel, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Major League Baseball second half is here, and the push to the postseason begins. Steal home, and he will do it. Give us baseball's next level superstars and the sounds of the game.
Tell the boys in the booth I said hi.
What a catch!
That was fun. Y'all might need to come around more.
Sunday Night Baseball. Yankees, Orioles. Sunday at 7 Eastern on ESPN. Presented by Casamigos Tequila.
Mike Greenberg, Greeny.
I've told you the story about the day
I almost made my daughter Nikki walk home from elementary school. Are you familiar with this day?
I don't remember, no.
Oh, I pick her up at school. I'm driving her home. Probably 9 years old, 10 years old, something like that. We're in the car. I got the radio on. The song Only the Good Die Young comes on.
Okay.
So I said to her, this is a really, really good song. You're going to like it. And so the song is playing. And in the middle of it, she says, I know this song, Dad. The Glee version is better. And look, I've never loved anything in my life the way I love her. I almost had to pull the car over and say, you're walking from here.
That's rough. Yeah.
You cannot be in this car and say the Glee version of Only the Good Die Young is better. We just can't have that.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app.
All eyes are on the WNBA. This season's about super team expectations.
Asia Wilson continues to live in beast mode.
Leveling up, all she wants to do is show out. And a powerful rookie class.
Austin slips inside, lays it in.
The WNBA, we're all about it. Liberty Sparks. Sunday at 4 Eastern on ESPN. Presented by Google.
Justin Herbert, he has gotten paid a landmark 5-year, $262.5 million extension that ties him to the Chargers through the 2029 season.
The Chargers have been penciling the numbers. They knew it was going to be a big number, and they prepared for it. From their side and from Justin Herbert's side, he just wanted a deal done. He just wanted to go out there and play football. The Chargers obviously came to the table with a deal that was north of everybody else and made it pretty easy for them to say, all right, let's go to training camp.
Around San Diego.
What is up with you on this Wednesday morning? You got Freddie Coleman, Jay Williams together doing the AM thing on the mighty ESPN radio as well as the ESPN app. Sirius XM Channel 80. Don't forget about us in your smart speaker by saying play ESPN radio and also on ESPNU. Brother Jay Williams, what's going on with you this Wednesday morning?
What's popping, Freddie?
Everything is good. Everything is everything, as you like to say.
I can breathe today.
Yes, you can. Yesterday,
day 3 of the antibiotics is it's a miracle has occurred.
It didn't make you anti-Jay yesterday, so that's good.
I didn't feel like I was on my game. I didn't feel like the mental acuity was where it needed to be.
Wow, acuity.
You know what I mean?
At you.
But today,
those Jeopardy words this early in the morning.
500, Alex. Today,
yeah,
I'm back.
I know. I could tell.
I am back today. I came in with the Suave Mente earlier.
You didn't
start shaking your hips. I was pretty disappointed.
Well, number one, I'm not Shakira. Number two, I'm not shaking my groove thing in front of another dude.
I gotta be honest.
I'm not doing that.
I gotta be honest.
What's that?
I wish you were Shakira. It'd be so
I
great.
don't blame you.
It'd be so great to come into work every day with Shakira.
Do not get Jimmy Butler mad at us. Leave Jimmy Butler's girl out of your mouth.
Look, Jimmy, we can meet in the 305. Let's battle this out. Is there a duel? Where are we slapping each other with gloves? What is this?
I don't know, but my money's gonna be on Jimmy.
You right. I mean, you ain't lying.
He's gonna really be playoff Jimmy.
How do you do it? What's the yeah.
Arriba.
I don't even know how to do it. I get so excited.
I know. He came in like he was about to do like a whole Bad Bunny tour.
No, you would have thought my name was Jason today. No lie. Look, my boys call me Jason. They say Uncle Ye. Uncle Ye.
It's not even 2 minutes into the damn show. And he's already starting.
These are my boys. Nunito calls me Jason. It's okay.
Nuno, is that true?
I have never done that. But
I'm about to say, I needed confirmation one way or the other. I had to find out.
Come on, man.
I'm glad you're
like, nope, I'm not even.
Now we know Real Jay is back because now he's saying that names have been invented for him. Trying to be bilingual with his name.
¿Qué pasa, Jason?
There you go. Now you feel better?
Now
you feel better now?
Now it feels like we're one.
Jason is crazy.
Good Lord.
What? This is the way it works.
We went Spanglish all up on this program, not even 3 minutes into the show.
Like I have a best friend who's like a brother to me,
right.
Uncle George down in Florida.
Okay.
And his son calls me Uncle Ye.
Okay.
That's how we
How do they say FanDuel? Is it FanDuel?
See, I'm not.
We're not going there. Nope. We're not going there.
I can't go that far.
You're all by Alan. You're all by yourself on that one. No, only one getting fired today is
How
you.
dare you, Alan? How
The
dare
only
you?
one that will be getting fired today will be
Just
you.
saying, man,
Look at
my
Pat.
folks in
Pat is
Florida
look-
say that.
Pat Costello's looking at
Attaboy,
the
Pat.
ceiling.
Attaboy,
It's like,
Pat.
I want nothing to do with this.
Pat Costello co-signed with that maneuver, what you just had right now. We are not doing this.
On it, man.
Nope.
Spice on it?
Nope.
You know
Nope.
what I'm
Nope.
saying?
Like
Salt, pepper.
like the buzzer from the old Bugs Bunny cartoons. Oh no, not trapping me. Nope, not doing that. As far as that goes, we're
Do
not
kids
doing
even know
that.
what cartoon that is anymore, Freddie?
Oh, everybody knows Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
You would think at a certain point, if
Looney
you have
Tunes.
any kind of good
Yeah.
parenting,
Yeah.
every good parent should make sure their kid understands Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they don't know, then If
Now
don't
you know.
Now
And
you
now
know.
you
You know. As far as that goes.
Wait. Before we get into stuff today,
Yes. We'll get to Justin Herbert and his money. We'll do that in a couple
Yes.
minutes.
I got some breaking news last night because I'm always watching you, Freddie.
Oh,
And,
God, I know where this is going.
Last night we had a good little reception hour, a little happy hour with our Good Karma Brands
Yep.
team.
Evan Cohen,
Right, yeah.
our
GKB,
boys,
right?
GKB,
Yeah, that's what we're
absolutely.
doing.
It was good to hang out with those guys and
yes.
ladies. It was a blast
Yes.
hanging out with them in
And
Connecticut.
You would assume that at a cocktail hour, that you as a grown man, you have a cocktail. Me, preferably, I go with the little Monkey 47 and tonic.
Okay.
A little
The Monkey 47. You're going hard, huh?
Man, that's not hard.
Yeah,
That's a summertime breezy drink.
At 6:30 at night, that's going
Yeah,
hard.
that's one drink. You're not
That's
having the
going
whole
hard.
bottle, Freddie. You're having a little muddled cucumber,
Okay.
a little Monkey 47, a little tonic, a
Look
little
at you.
splash.
You can Suavemente all over again.
And
aren't you?
the hips start working. They start working earlier than
back to the
6:30.
back to the moneymaker conversation.
So all I'm going to say is that I got a text.
I know where you got
that
it from.
Were
I was standing right next to
You were
him.
having a Shirley Temple
That's what I was. I'm a Shirley Temple kind of guy.
with cherries.
With
You
cherries.
and Joel, huh?
Exactly.
You were Joel.
Yeah, if it works for Joel Embiid, it can work for Freddie Coleman.
That means you never get out of the second round.
So I don't care about trying. I'm not
you-
trying to
wait,
get out the
you took
second
a second
round.
to think about
I'm
it.
not trying to get out the
What?
second round.
What? You took a second to think about it.
Look at this way. I'm not trying to get out of the second round. I'm not worried about getting out of the second round of having
See,
a
that's
cocktail.
the problem.
Why is that the problem?
Because I'm trying to win a championship, and
Wow.
you're not even worried about getting out of the second round.
Jay Williams, if you're trying to win a championship at a company happy hour, that says a lot more about you than me.
What's wrong with the Shirley Temple? Jay?
Thank you.
Nothing's wrong with the
It
Shirley
seems
Temple.
like you got some issues
Yeah,
with
he
it.
does. Like he's
Welcome
got,
to the party, Pat.
Yeah, so what's
I'm glad you're
the
finally
problem
speaking
with
up
the Shirley
this morning.
Temple?
No, I'm
apparently
just
he has a
asking.
thing against maraschino cherries.
Oh,
That's what
no,
I'm
no,
thinking
They're
here.
delicious. When's the last time? When's the last time you had a Shirley?
Hold on. Jay has 3 kids.
Exactly.
It's difficult for him to get out the house.
Yeah.
So if he's going to get out the house for a function, he's
Sure.
going to make sure he has a drink
Fine,
or so.
but
So
don't
that's
say-
just
but-
that's
one.
the
Grab
mindset
one,
he's
but
coming.
don't
Thank
grab
you.
yourself
Thank
a
you,
Shirley,
Benito.
Jay.
Right, but not for nothing. Number one, I'm not his kid. Number two, why you taking it out on me?
I think he's just Freddie. I think the fact that he got a text from someone.
Whose shall remain nameless, Evan Wilner.
Evan Warner. No, I'm going
Listen,
to
I
read you
think
the
we all
text from
knew-
Evan Warner.
Like I think we knew that it was going to be someone like Evan who's going to
I
snitch on
was
someone.
standing right next to
Wow. Now we're calling
okay.
Evan the snitch.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, and the air horn.
I'm
Evan, I did not co-sign that. It's just, just
Man.
says Freddie is drinking the Shirley Temple
I
at this
was
work
I was
event.
standing
That's
right
your
next
lead
to him.
tomorrow.
I was standing
You
right
should have
next to
texted
him.
Evan back and say, "What are you drinking?"
Oh, he was
he was drinking
Shirley
something.
Temple.
No.
He was not
No.
drinking respond. Wait, they let you in without a parent?
Are you doing that, Nuno? And no, Evan had a couple of beers going.
So why
Yeah.
is everybody going so hard at Evan this morning?
Because you started
No,
it.
I started.
You started
I'm
it.
just reading a text.
I don't care.
This is a
You
conspiracy.
started
Somebody
it.
seems triggered.
I'm not triggered.
It
I'm
seems like you're triggered to me.
I'm comfortable being
Seems like we're having
Shirley
a Stephen
Temple.
A.J. Will moment right now.
Pat,
Seems
was-
like you're triggered.
No, Pat, was I uncomfortable talking about Shirley Temple? I was not.
Shirley Temples are delicious.
Thank
They
you.
are delicious.
Apparently
When I was five.
somebody-
I don't know, Jay. It doesn't seem like you're down with a Shirley Temple.
Thank you.
No,
Grab
I'm
yourself-
not down with
go-
Shirley Temples anymore.
Go to a
Was it-
restaurant, grab a Shirley, have a great time.
Exactly. Apparently somebody has a
My
maraschino
wife
cherry
won't
thing.
let me grab a Shirley, okay?
Are you
Like,
anti-Shirley?
No,
Because
no,
it's
Don't
no,
grab
no,
a Shirley. Don't grab a Shirley. That sounds like
See.
something you shouldn't do in
See.
2023, okay, Pat?
Can I
Seven,
order a Cheryl?
it's 7 minutes into the show, and the train is going
Grab a
off to the
Shirley.
left.
Hopefully at 6:15, some of us will be still on here.
Well, I can say for one thing, one person will be on there. We're having a Shirley Temple later on tonight. It's going to be me that's going to still be on the air.
You know what?
When
I'm
it comes to
proud
that.
of you. You hold your
You're
ground.
not, you're not
You
proud
hold
of me
your
at
ground.
all.
You
You're
hold your
upset
ground,
that I
Freddie
held my
Coleman.
ground.
You're a grown-ass man.
There's
That's
no-
right.
Maddie and Freddie Coleman's son is definitely grown when it comes to that.
Can we talk about another grown-ass bank account?
Sure. Right here, Jay
Ooh.
Williams. Williams, Freddie Cohen together. I like to see what you did there. On ESPN Radio, ESPN. Justin Herbert agreeing to a 5-year, $262.5.
Say it again with your chest, Freddie.
5 years, $262.5 million for the right reverend quarterback. That is Justin Herbert with the Los Angeles Chargers, including not only a no-trade clause, $133.7 million in full guarantees, but this is what triggered you.
Yeah, break it down for me because I get confused off this.
Well, all the money we've been talking about the last couple of days.
Yes.
Mbappe yesterday, potentially turning down
$773 million guaranteed in 1 year.
No, $766 million. In addition to transfer fee of $323 million, close to $1 billion. And he's thinking about saying no. Now the $193.7 million in injury guarantees, and that got next to you quickly with the new contract.
So what does that mean?
Here's what it means to me.
What does it mean to you?
Here's what it means to me. The Chargers know what they have, and they have a gem in that. But they also know that at times he plays too tough for his body.
Oh, so you mean the same style in which Lamar Jackson plays when he can't get with the injuries guaranteed?
Exactly.
Interesting.
But Lamar Jackson has been able to kind of avoid. People keep talking about he runs too tough for his body. He can't play that kind of style. Lamar Jackson does not suffer a lot of tough hits.
He gets penalized because he's too elusive.
Exactly. Justin Herbert is elusive, but no one's elusive like Lamar Jackson. Nobody's that.
Okay.
But Justin Herbert's had those kind of injuries that if he's able to meet that and stay healthy, and injury free, then that triggers even more money by the fact he can stay out there and not be in an injury situation. That's how I took that, the injury guarantees.
Okay. I mean, so look, first off, shout out to the Spanos family for actually coming through
and actually paying somebody.
To get this done. Like that's just off general principle, Freddie.
Yeah.
Right? Shout out to them.
Right.
I am not mad at Justin Herbert resetting the market.
Me neither.
This is how it goes. We had Jalen Hurts, that he got his money.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Lamar Jackson get his money. And now we're seeing Justin Herbert get his money, right? Which sets an NFL record. There will be another record set once Joe Burrow, who's up next, who deserves to be paid more than Justin Herbert, will reset the market once again. And then, by the way, look for Patrick Mahomes to ultimately reset the market all over again, okay? The problem that sometimes as a fan, when I take off my GM cap that I wear every once in a while, is you start naturally going to the same place that we'll go today with Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
You start seeing these prices that are so astronomical, it's easy for you to equate by saying, wait, he's the highest paid AAV, average annual value of the contract in the NFL right now, but is he the best quarterback? He's not.
Well, he's not.
He's up next in the marketplace, but where is he as it relates to the best quarterback? Do you have him 6th?
Well,
7th?
Is he a top 10 quarterback? I think right now he's a top 10 quarterback. Yeah, I believe that in my heart. Now, where you want to put him in that hierarchy of those numbers.
So Patrick Mahomes.
It's Mahomes.
Josh.
Well, I think Joe Burrow second.
Joe Burrow. I mean, in no particular order. I'm just trying to think about the quarterbacks
Jalen Hurts
that I would take before Justin Herbert.
Jalen Hurts,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson I take before him. Yeah.
Okay, so we're right around that 6th spot.
So 6th, 7th spot, yeah.
Yeah, 6th, 7th spot.
Right now,
but I think that the talent level of Justin Herbert is off the charts. Like
there's
the
no doubt.
ceiling of what you see with him and what he did last year, playing through injury, getting his team to the playoffs.
Right.
Obviously, he can crack the top 3 or top 4. I believe in it.
Right.
It's a matter of will he actually do it or not.
The one thing this contract did is reduce pressure on Justin Herbert. But according to Lindsey Theory, ESPN Rams reporter when she was on Joe and Amber last night, it turns up the heat on a certain coach named Brandon Staley.
Now
the heat is so good that Brandon Staley,
it's
Staley
white hot that is silent.
Yeah, Brandon Staley basically talked about what we have that right now.
I don't think it means it gets any hotter. I think it's already pretty hot. I think this really just means that they're committed to Justin. Regardless of the contract, I think that the Chargers were going to need to win this year for Brandon Staley and GM Tom Telesco to truly feel safe. I think the big move right now is that they brought in Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator. So Justin gets a fresh start with a new deal, a new OC. If he performs well, who knows where the OC is next year. But I think that's really what they're focused on. I know for Brandon Staley, he's really confident that the OC paired with Justin is going to be kind of the finishing touches on what they need to do to go deep into the playoffs this year.
Don't let it happen this way, Freddie.
Okay.
Now that Kellen Moore is in San Diego and we're watching Justin Herbert, if he plays at a different level this year and Dak Prescott is still average,
all right,
with Mike McCarthy leading out, or we're going to be talking a lot about what Kellen could actually do with another level quarterback. Oh, that will be a huge topic of conversation.
Because last year he had 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. The year before that, 38 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. So they let everybody know this is what we believe in our quarterback. Hey, Brandon Staley, don't bleep this up. Because if you do, you're going to be gone sooner than later, especially at the last year, 27-0 lead in the playoffs.
Come on, man.
And then also you lose to Jacksonville.
Come on now.
They can say, well, we love Brandon Staley. Yeah, let him mess up Justin Herbert. That love will go out the window really, really quickly regarding the Chargers.
Every
coach.
piece of game management will be scrutinized.
Absolutely. And I don't think Brandon Staley's a bad coach, but he's had his senior moments that have not worked well in his favor.
Senior moments. What a nice way to say that.
Because when you're a senior citizen that drinks Shirley Temples at company events, you can have those senior moments and let everybody know about that. Jay will talk about the money when it comes to Jaylen Brown. We're going to talk about that money coming up in 20 minutes. He's Jay Williams. I'm Freddie Coleman. Thanks for joining us this morning on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, SiriusXM Channel 80, and ESPNU. And good news regarding LeBron James' son after the medical emergency he suffered on Monday. We'll talk about that next.
Greeny.
If being on Hard Knocks creates any problems for this team, then they were going to have them anyway. You are the most interesting team in the NFL, and the Jets should embrace that.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
1,872. That's how many hours there are in summer. With Instacart, you can make the most of your summer by shopping over 1,000 stores all in one app and pay with the security of PayPal at checkout. Download the app today to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. New Instacart customers also get $25 off your order of $75 with code PayPalNew25 through September 30th. Additional terms apply.
Tan lejos, pero te sientes tan cerca cada vez que envías dinero a casa con Remitly para sus gastos diarios o días especiales como la boda de la sobrina. Con Remitly pueden obtener su dinero de forma conveniente en bancos y lugares que conocen y confían. Baja la app de Remitly y aprovecha una oferta especial en tu primer envío. Remitly Inc. tiene la autorización del Departamento de Servicios Financieros del Estado de Nueva York para oficiar como transmisor de dinero, la autorización de la División de Bancos de Massachusetts para oficiar como una agencia de transmisión extranjera y la autorización del Departamento de Banca y Finanzas de Georgia, número NMLS 1028236.
I'm a sushi chef. I also happen to be a cat. How'd I get here? Adobe Photoshop. It turned a cute kitty like me into a sashimi master. And it can make your images look amazing too. In just a few clicks, you can replace a boring background, swap out a so-so sky, and remove distractions like people and power lines. With Photoshop, everyone can. I love playing with this mouse. Click or tap the banner to visit Photoshop.com and pounce on your free trial today.
This just in. Comfort Keepers is certified as a great place to work. Over 90% of our caregivers are satisfied with job flexibility and personal fulfillment. Visit comfortkeepers.jobs to learn more about uplifting in-home senior care.
I'm World Cup champion Megan Klingenberg. Wondering who you should root for at the FIFA Women's World Cup? I'm hosting a new podcast, My New Favorite Futbolista, where I will introduce you to soccer's brightest stars and the causes they are championing. From the 22-year-old American phenom speaking out about student-athlete mental health,
I try to just approach everything with you don't know what someone's going through,
to the U.S. defender who travels to tournaments with her young son.
Am I ever going to be able to run for 5 minutes straight?
Listen to My New Favorite Futbolista.
Did you know you can use AirPlay and Chromecast to listen on connected devices? Tap on the device icon from the Now Playing screen on the TuneIn app and listen to all your favorite stations like Today's Hits, Latin Hits, Country Roads, and more.
I smell sexy, yeah.
2024 is coming, and the race for the White House is already underway. Get the latest news from the team you trust, such as CNN.
We are not in that ballpark. 219, 216 leading right now.
Fox News Radio.
You could take the 5 worst presidents. They would not have done the damage.
MSNBC.
12 million new.
He's Jay Williams and Freddie Coleman. Before we get to, we'll do this later with the whole cherries thing and I like Shirley Temples. We'll do that in 10 minutes here. Thanks for joining us this morning on ESPN Radio, as well as the ESPN app, SiriusXM Channel 80. And don't forget about us on ESPNU. Really, really good news when we found out the information about Bronny James, the son of LeBron James, about to go to USC to play basketball this year, out of ICU following a cardiac arrest event that happened where he was practicing basketball. Thankfully, when he was there when this happened, there were enough people around him, because I thought Stephen A. Smith on First Take yesterday, Jay, when he heard about this, and he's pointed out something that was so on point. He said, thank God he wasn't working out by himself, where he could not have been able to get the attention that he needed to eventually save his life. Because when you have a cardiac arrest, a cardiac event, you don't know how that happens. You don't know when it happened. But luckily and blessed for Bronny James, when it did happen, he wasn't by himself. He wasn't working out by himself. He wasn't alone somewhere. There were enough people that could get him that kind of medical attention to get him stabilized as best as possible before they got him to the hospital. And thankfully, he's out of ICU following that cardiac event that happened on Monday.
Yeah, look, I've known LeBron James for a long time, and his whole crew. Actually seeing Maverick Carter and company speak on August 2nd here in New York at the shop. I just want to say, to him and Savannah, they've been in our prayers. I have 3 kids. I cannot even begin to imagine the feeling that you get as a parent receiving that call.
Right.
Because when you have cardiac arrest, your heart stops. Your heart actually stops. Mm-hmm. Right? A cardiac arrest and a heart attack are 2 different things.
Right.
So I am so thankful and glad that he's okay, Freddie. It does. I found myself last night thinking that it's such a big decision for a young man who's 18 or 19. And there have been other people that have gone through this. So we saw DeMar Hamlin have something similar this year. But the thought just to come back and play, how scary that is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? It's scary for DeMar. I mean, now if you're Bronny James, think about your entire self-identity has been around what your father has accomplished, what you are about to accomplish, this whole notion that you're hearing from media members, friends, playing at USC, which is right next door to where the Lakers are, right? So all the hype that is mirrored around that about being the next it, right? You are the son of one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball, that your whole identity is surrounded with becoming that person.
Right.
And now having that crossroads decision, Freddie, of thinking, should I still play basketball anymore? Could this happen again? So much weight and pressure for a young person.
Especially when you mentioned the son of a worldwide figure. That is LeBron James, that anything you do, fair and unfair, positive and negative, is going to have that kind of attention. And Bronny James has known about this. This is not new news here. But I also go to the fact that having that ability, when you've been in a spotlight like that, I can't even imagine what that family is going through, because this would be difficult to deal with if you were not a public figure, if you were not a worldwide figure. Everybody's speculating about your son and how did this happen and hoping that he's okay, anything like that. Either way, the bottom line to me is I'm glad he's going to be okay.
Me too.
And I thought Dr. Jennifer Ashton, who does a great job on Good Morning America in the afternoons as an ABC News chief medical correspondent, when she was on Sports with Matt Barry yesterday, she said, what does it tell us about what happened to Bronny? And she gave a medical explanation like this.
What we call standard operating procedure. Any patient brought into the emergency room who suffered an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, it would be standard medical protocol to observe that person, if not manage that person in an ICU setting. So we want to make sure all organ systems are functioning properly. Most importantly, the brain, the lungs, and the heart. So after a cardiac arrest, it's not uncommon to leave a patient intubated with a ventilator, a breathing tube, so that their airway is protected, so that, again, we can assess neurologic function, cardiac function, respiratory function, and then kidney and liver function and clotting function as well. So all of that is routine.
Wow. Freddie, do you mind if I just have a second here? Because yesterday, I found myself becoming irate with what I saw on social media.
Well, social media will do that too.
Understood, but that's naturally where people go to source information. And when I see things trending like myocarditis, or I see things trending like the vaccine, I'm going to attack it and address real stuff on this show. I think it's so irresponsible that without any due diligence or having any insight to any of the details of what's occurred with Bronny James for people to automatically jump to that conclusion. That is fear-mongering, and I'm not here for it. I'm not going to allow it. Now, maybe that stuff could be true. We'll find out more studies over time.
Right.
But to jump to that conclusion, I think is so irresponsible. And it's so not the way that this situation should be handled. It should be, let's find out more information before we have these people on social media, including leaders of social media, literally speculating, projecting what they think potentially could be without having any detail on what actually is.
Well, Jay, welcome to the century of misinformation and disinformation.
Agreed.
And the problem with that disinformation is that there are too many idiotic people out there that'll believe that without even worrying about conjecture or trying to do their homework or wanting to do their homework. So those fools can stay foolish. If you want to live on planet Fool, go right ahead. I'm taking the spaceship back to planet reality. I'm staying away from that. So I clearly understand where you're coming from. And I love the fact you're able to speak out against that. But my thought process with people like that, what's the old line is, you can only know what you know. Agreed. And what you don't know, figure it out. They'd rather stay on the side of I don't know and I don't care to know. They only believe what they want to believe because they've been conditioned to believe that, or they've been taught to be conditioned to be that way. And if you want to be that way, fine. My problem with that is I don't want that to affect the family that is going through something like this. I don't care if it's the James's family or anybody else out there that had a chance to deal with this and trying to overcome that. You want to be foolish by yourself, you go right ahead. But when you start to infiltrate that kind of nonsense on everybody else, including the families dealing with that I'm with you. That's why I have a serious problem with that.
And Freddie, according to research by the Sports Health Journal, studies have shown that male basketball players are the most vulnerable to cardiac arrest. Did you know that? Right? So think about this. Like Bronny is the second USC player to collapse during the offseason workout. Last year, July 1st, you have Vincent Ichua, who suffered heart failure last July. Made a full recovery, is going to come back and play this year, right? I mean, you had a Detroit high school basketball player who died in February after going into cardiac arrest. You had a professional player in the Dominican Republic who died last month after a similar situation, right? So, like, this stuff happens. It's rare. It stinks. It's horrible. Mm-hmm. It's horrible. And I am just so thankful that Bronny is now out of the ICU.
Yes.
And I am here, and I know we are all here to support him and anybody that's going through tough situations on what the next steps in their young lives are going to be.
Yeah, I'm more worried. I'm always concerned more about the person and how that person get back to being a life person more than anything else. If that's the first step to doing whatever he wants to do or she wants to do after that, I'm fine with it. I concern myself more with the person, their health, mentally and physically, more than anything.
And then,
else.
Freddie, what I would tell Bronny if I had a chance to talk to him, I would say, this is part of your story now.
Absolutely.
Like
Damar Hamlin.
Now everybody is going to ask you for a long time in your life, how are you? You're okay. People are going to be very worried about you. So you have to lean into that and be thankful and own that, right? And own that vulnerability, because we're all vulnerable at the end of the day. Like, maybe not, you haven't had a situation like a cardiac arrest, right? But everybody goes through something that is devastating to them in some form or fashion.
No doubt.
Some may be more extreme than others, but this is part of Bronny's journey that can make him stronger.
Yeah.
And I pray he's okay.
And the fact that he has that strong family support system is magnified, because it's always great to know that you're not alone dealing with something. And we don't have to worry about Bronny James being alone with the kind of family support system that he has from his mom, his dad, and his two brothers.
You imagine the anxiety every time if he does decide to play that you feel as a parent watching your son go out for a workout or just go out in the backyard to train, to get shots up, things that are naturally part of what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely.
As Bron.
No doubt.
Right? Like,
you're spot on.
That's, that's tough.
Hit him on Twitter, Real Jay Williams. You can hit me on Twitter, Coleman ESPN. Freddie Coleman and Jay Williams together on ESPN Radio this morning, as well as the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80, as well as ESPNU. We stay in basketball. We go back onto the court as Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics is now the highest paid player in the history of the NBA. The question we have is, how did that happen? That's next.
Breaking news, Celtics shooting guard Jaylen Brown's agreed to the richest deal in NBA history, a 5-year, $304 million Supermax extension.
Back the Brinks truck up. It has to be go time.
I'm a sushi chef. I also happen to be a cat. How'd I get here? Adobe Photoshop. It turned a cute kitty like me into a sashimi master. And it can make your images look amazing too. In just a few clicks, you can replace a boring background, swap out a so-so sky, and remove distractions like people and power lines. With Photoshop, everyone can. I love playing with this mouse. Click or tap the banner to visit Photoshop.com and pounce on your free trial today.
This is Luke, and you're listening to WCK, Comfort Keepers Radio. So, Denise, why did you become a caregiver?
Before, I had a pretty unfulfilling job. I wanted something with more flexibility, doing something that would help people and make a real difference, you know?
And Patty, what's it like to have Denise around?
Well, Luke, she's made a real difference for me.
Learn more about becoming a caregiver like Denise and bringing people joy every day at comfortkeepers.jobs.
There's nothing like the sound of the ballpark. And this season, you can listen live right on TuneIn Premium. That's right, every single game of the MLB season is now available. From now...
Now swing. Line drive, base hit, right center field.
...to the World Series.
Fly ball to left.
Upgrade to TuneIn Premium today to follow your favorite team all season long. Just search Premium to play ball.
2024 is coming, and the race for the White House is already underway. Get the latest news from the team you trust, such as CNN.
We are not in that ballpark. 219th, 216th, leading right now.
Fox News Radio.
You could take the 5 worst presidents. They would not have done the damage.
MSNBC.
12 million new jobs. More jobs in 2 years than any president created in a 4-year term.
And more, with the facts you won't hear anywhere else. Hear the news you trust on TuneIn.
Are you looking for a way to listen to your favorite audio on the go? Look no further than the TuneIn app. With TuneIn, you can stay plugged into what matters most, no matter where your day takes you. Download the TuneIn app now and experience audio like never before.
Did you know you can use AirPlay and Chromecast to listen on connected devices? Tap on the device icon from the Now Playing screen on the TuneIn app and listen to all your favorite stations like Today's Hits, Latin Hits, Country Roads, and more.
I smell sexy, candy.
Today's news can feel like uncharted waters. But more often than you'd think, we're not the first generation to confront what we're dealing with today.
We're just the first generation to make a podcast about it.
I'm Rachel Maddow.
I'm Isaac Davey Aronson. Each week, we'll bring you a story from history
that helps with something in the headlines today.
Rachel Maddow presents Deja News with Isaac Davey Aronson, an MSNBC podcast. Listen now on TuneIn.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of
32315.
the 0-1. Vogelback launches one deep to right field. Forget it. There she goes. Home run, Vogelback. He has gone back-to-back with Alonso, and the Mets are lighting up the Bronx skies with baseballs. Mets 6, Yankees nothing. We're in the 6th inning in the Bronx.
Howie rolls with the call on WCBS as Daniel Vogelbach went back-to-back with Pete Alonso, who also homered twice and drove in 5 runs. Yes, us fellow Met fans, Jay Williams and Freddie Coleman are happy. Justin Verlander pitching 6 shutout innings. The Mets beat the New York Yankees in Game 1 of the Subway Series by a count of 9-3. And I don't think the Las Vegas Ace is going to lose for the rest of the year. They've lost twice. They've had enough of that. Kelsey Plum, 27 points. AJ Wilson, she added 24 points. The Las Vegas Aces beat the Chicago Sky 107-95 for their 6th straight victory. Sports Center presented by Progressive Insurance. Saving you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Do yourself a favor and visit Progressive.com.
Breaking news, Celtics shooting guard Jaylen Brown's agreed to the richest deal in NBA history, a 5-year, $304 million Supermax extension.
That's all I could do right now. Says back the Brinks truck up.
He works hard. He shows up all the time. He's a star in this league. He plays on both ends of the floor. He doesn't cheat the game.
What this tells me is that Boston is saying we're putting the pedal to the metal. Also, when you look at a guy like Jaylen Brown, it has to be go time.
Favi, Sosa, viral, movie. I'm in this with the Wooski, ball in the summer like Drew League.
So how did we get here with Jaylen Brown now being the highest paid player in NBA history? We're going to discuss that in a couple of seconds here with Jay Williams and Freddie Coleman. Thanks for joining us this morning on ESPN Radio, as well as the ESPN app, SiriusXM Channel 80, as well as ESPNU. But real quick, you want to also lean in a little bit more. We talk about LeBron James' son having that medical emergency on Monday while working out, getting ready to play basketball at USC this fall and going into the winter. He is in stable condition out of ICU. You got one final thought on that.
We are so enthralled in everything that LeBron James does because he exposes so much of his life via social media, obviously with his media empire and what he's been able to build with Spring Hill Entertainment, with Uninterrupted, obviously his affiliation with different teams, Fenway Sports Group and Redbird Capital, right? Having part ownership of the Boston Red Sox, the Pittsburgh Penguins, Liverpool. He's everywhere. I had this thought yesterday, Freddie, and I just wanted to see how it resonates with you.
Okay.
Are the James family, are they the first family of sports in the world?
In terms of?
In the world, the first family of sports. So, okay. Obviously I know that the Mannings here in the United States are massive. Obviously, Archie, Peyton, Eli, even with Cooper and his son now.
Yep. Arch Manning in Texas.
Manning, right?
Yep.
Going to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I get how, all the guys in that family have done something pretty special football-wise. But I'm just talking about immediate family, the first immediate family
that
of
people
sports
know,
in the world.
That people know their names.
Because I feel like basketball is more of an international sport than it is a national sport. I do feel like I don't really know intricate details about Peyton's wife or Eli's wife or Cooper's wife.
Yeah, they keep it close to the vest.
Right? They're not very close.
They're
like
a
little bit more traditional in that regard.
They're
Well, shout out to them for doing that, right? Like privacy goes a long way in this world, right? And what you protect, I respect that. Different ways to skin a cat. But with what we know about Savannah, with what we know about LeBron James, with what we know about Bronny James and Bryce James and his kids and how, even their involvement in Space Jams and things of that sort. Does it feel like due to more access through media that they are the first family of sports in the world?
Well, they've grown up in front of our eyes too.
Yeah, like who else will be that? Like we know, obviously Messi is big, but you don't know a lot about his immediate family.
And
Cristiano Ronaldo, you know about Christian, a little bit about his wife.
We know too much about Cristiano Ronaldo.
But like it's a different kind of feel.
Yeah.
Right? With that.
It is. You make a compelling case because especially more than ever before, you have so many platforms and avenues where you can get your brand out there. And LeBron James has shown he is definitely fearless when it comes to putting that out there. He also has kept things private with his family, but he's allowed them to be themselves. If they want to do something, he hasn't stifled that. He hasn't said, no. It's all about me. I want to protect my family. He protects his family by making sure that they're going to be in the best possible positions, whatever they want to do to succeed, based on what he's been able to do to lay that groundwork for them to have the opportunity to do something like that.
And also, Freddie, like Peyton Manning was considered to be one of the greatest at his time. I get it. But like overall, we're talking about Tom Brady or potentially Patrick Mahomes being the greatest to ever do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Dan Marino or John Elway. Like Peyton Manning's up in that conversation, but LeBron James is cemented at either number 1 or number 2 or number 3
No
if you
matter
like to
what.
have him, right? Like he's in that pocket. Like we're forever going to compare LeBron and Michael until somebody else comes along that's going to be at that level.
Right.
So that kind of raises his stakes for me as it relates to like first family.
And he's done so many things outside of basketball.
Yes.
Not only entertainment wise.
Like him with Messi the other day, going down, seeing Messi's first game, right? Like it's just a big thing.
Pat Costello weighing on that one. What do you want to say about another family?
So what about the Kelceys? I mean, they got
what they've been able to do lately with Travis and Jason.
2 guys who are both going to be Hall of Famers with a wildly successful podcast who are very prominent on social media right now.
Their mom became a star during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I mean, even just Travis and Jason are both Hall of Fame players. I mean, I think.
Yeah, but like once
success
again,
in sports-wise, they're a bigger family.
But once again, I feel like you're talking about American sports, right? Like, do people in other countries know as much about Travis and Jason Kelce?
Yeah, not to the point of LeBron James. They may know Bronny James more internationally than the Kelceys.
There's no way.
It could be because of LeBron James's name on a worldwide level. Yeah,
that
absolutely.
I know, Pat. Like watching LeBron James go around different countries, man. It's like it's like
different.
A rock star.
Yeah,
it's different. Like it's not throwing shade towards Travis or Jason. Like I think if they were to go to different countries, I'm not sure they would be recognized at the same clip that LeBron James and his family
members. Yeah.
Well, they'd be recognized because of LeBron. If you just drop Bronny in somewhere, no one would go, "Oh my."
No,
but
the association,
but the association was because of the name. Because of the name.
Yeah, let's not forget Serena and Venus.
That's another two. Yeah, a lot of people know who Olympia is.
That's true.
No
Yeah,
question.
that's very true.
A lot of people know who Olympia is. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Okay.
All right.
Very true too.
Yeah.
Great point.
Jay Williams, Freddie coming together here on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app. What you got, Nuno?
I was just going to say, let's hold the Jaylen Brown to next segment.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll move on from that because when you talk about first families more than ever before, especially when you're that name or a name, whether Serena, whether it's LeBron. I mean, I can't tell how many young men and young women I've seen in college athletics named Peyton.
No, I'm with you on that. You know what? No, please call into the show. Tell us if I'm wrong. If you don't think LeBron James and the James family is the first family of sports in the world, please tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Serena Venus is a great case. Knowing Olympia,
no doubt.
Alexis, right, and what he's been able to do with Reddick.
Mm-hmm. And have those kind of platforms to go beyond basketball. We wanted you to weigh in at 888-729-3776. Do you agree with what Jay Will had to say about the LeBron James family being the first family in sports? Joel in North Carolina, my friend, what you got?
Yeah, I agree with that statement. What's up, Jay Will?
What up, Joel?
I watched you all my childhood at Duke, man. I'm a Kansas basketball fan, but when I have to choose between Duke and Carolina, man, I got to go with the brotherhood. So, respect on that. I agree with that statement, but I also add Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, and the Bryant family. I would say more so prior to his death. What you think?
Prior to his death, I think that we look at his family differently now since he's passed. I think that was transitioning with Kobe's love for women's sports and how he was going to WNBA games, similar to D-Wade now buying the Chicago Sky, a piece of it. I think Kobe would have definitely done something like that.
Right.
I still know if Kobe had been that way with his family, and he talks about it openly throughout the course of his career, we might be talking about Kobe that way.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And especially when, to your point, what happened at the end involving his family. Better music catalog, Prince or Bruce Springsteen, starring Jay Williams and Pat Costello. That's next.
1,872. That's how many hours there are in summer. With Instacart, you can make the most of your summer by shopping over 1,000 stores all in one app and pay with the security of PayPal at checkout. Download the app today to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. New Instacart customers also get $25 off your order of $75 with code PayPalNew25 through September 30th. Additional terms apply.
I'm a sushi chef. I also happen to be a cat. How'd I get here? Adobe Photoshop. It turned a cute kitty like me into a sashimi master. And it can make your images look amazing too. In just a few clicks, you can replace a boring background, swap out a so-so sky, and remove distractions like people and power lines. With Photoshop, everyone can. I love playing with this mouse. Click or tap the banner to visit Photoshop.com and pounce on your free trial today.
This is Luke, and you're listening to WCK, Comfort Keepers Radio. So, Denise, why did you become a caregiver?
Before, I had a pretty unfulfilling job. I wanted something with more flexibility, doing something that would help people and make a real difference, you know?
And Patty, what's it like to have Denise around?
Well, Luke, she's made a real difference for me.
Learn more about becoming a caregiver like Denise and bringing people joy every day at comfortkeepers.jobs.
TuneIn's Poolside Station is your one-stop shop for pool party playlists. And now you can keep those good vibes going uninterrupted by going commercial-free. It's as easy as signing up for a TuneIn Premium plan. Then you'll be pumping Diplo, Purple Disco Machine, Disclosure, and more through your speakers with absolutely no ads. With TuneIn Premium, the party never stops. Just upgrade today to get started.
You already know that the TuneIn app lets you listen on the go. But did you know that you can listen to TuneIn in your car too? Take TuneIn on the road by staying connected with CarPlay, Android Auto, or Bluetooth. Plus, you can tap on the car icon from the home screen on your app for a simplified experience that's safer for the car. Shorten your commute with all your favorite audio on TuneIn.
This is Buster Olney from the Baseball Tonight podcast. I'm here to tell you that my podcast is the perfect way to stay up to date on the latest baseball news, in between games, all year long. And did you know you can stream my podcast alongside the rest of the ESPN lineup right on TuneIn? It's the best way for sports fans like you to stay plugged in around the clock. And you can even listen to ESPN Radio Live for your daily fix of sports analysis. So get in the game and search Baseball Tonight on TuneIn to listen.
2024 is coming, and the race for the White House is already underway. Get the latest news from the team you trust, such as CNN.
We are not in that ballpark. 219, 216 leading right now.
Fox News Radio.
You could take the 5 worst presidents. They would not have done the damage.
MSNBC.
12 million new jobs. More jobs in 2 years than any president created in a 4-year term.
And more, with the facts you won't hear anywhere else. Hear the news you trust on TuneIn.
Instead of fly ball to left, back onto the track.
Hey, baseball fans, this is Buster Olney of the Baseball Tonight podcast. The MLB season is now playing on TuneIn Premium, featuring live home calls of every Major League Baseball team. Only TuneIn Premium gives you access to blackout-free coverage, at home or on the road, from walk-off home runs to no-hitters.
He's done expo throws! The 8th no-hitter in history!
All the way through the World Series. Search MLB to start listening.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a hard.
What is good on this Monday morning? You got Amber Wilson and Freddie Coleman together on ESPN Radio, as well as the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. Don't forget about us on ESPNU. Miss Amber Wilson, finding out from somebody whose Charmaine name is Mark Morales, one of our guys behind the scenes. And Amber was stunned that Mark Morales not only was not a fan of Britney Spears, but could not name one song.
My recollection of her was when she shaved her head, going through, the court stuff she's going through, her strange social media posts. To me, it's not about the music.
It's not like her music is like staples in the
hold on. What are we talking about? Her music isn't staples. I mean, hit me, baby, one more time. Come on, what are we talking about?
Amber, I'm telling you right now.
Regional hit. Famous.
It's a regional hit. It's not a regional hit. That was a mad. Now you're just trolling.
Regional. You're insane.
You're completely insane.
Brittany B.
Never thought I would ever have to worry about somebody not knowing who somebody was. And then Pat Costello blew that out of the water yesterday.
I lost my mind.
Oh, you weren't the only one. He's Jay Williams. I'm Freddie Coleman. Thanks for joining us this morning on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app. SiriusXM Channel 80. Don't forget about us on TuneIn. Tell your smart speaker to play ESPN Radio and ESPNU. We're going to get to when it comes to the Denver Broncos in 2 days. We're going to do that in 15 minutes. But this all started yesterday. We mentioned Prince and music catalogs. And Pat Costello, one of our guys behind the scenes, straight face. At first, we thought he was trolling, but then we realized he wasn't. Did not know any songs by Prince.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, this is accurate.
You knew one.
When Doves Cry.
Yeah, one is that number right before, after 0 and right before 2.
Purple Rain.
And we played When Doves Cry. He didn't know that. So we got in a whole discussion who had a better catalog. Now, I'm really the music head on this show. So
yes,
I know both of these catalogs pretty well when it comes to Pat representing Bruce Springsteen and Jay Will representing Prince. So you can weigh in and help find out who had the better music catalog and help me out at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. The context is they're going to give the best 7 songs they believe in the catalog of each of these guys, and then we will make that decision together, 888-729-3776. So who wants to go first? Is it Pat?
Well, hold on.
Bruce, or is it going to be Jay Will?
Who's prepared?
Well, Pat was prepared first.
Okay. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah,
I'm super unprepared.
So the 7 songs you believe are the best of Bruce Springsteen's catalog. So
just starting off at number 7, right? Are we going back and forth? Number 7?
No, for Pat's sake, we're going to go to 1 through 7.
Yeah,
you're going 1 through 7.
Yeah. So
for Pat's sake.
You want to go from best to
best?
Right.
We'll go top to bottom.
All right, go ahead. Have it. Go ahead.
Easily the best Bruce Springsteen song is Born to Run.
All right. Not disagreeing with that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, not disagreeing with that. All right, have at it. All right, that's number 1. Number 2.
I hope Yates has my songs ready.
I'm sure he does. Number 2.
Oh, you want me to run through them all, or you want to go?
No, let's run through them all.
We're going Bruce to
No.
Prince?
That's what I thought. That's what Versus is, but apparently the rules have been changed by Freddie and Nunito.
We're giving you enough time to get 2
They
more.
don't know watch Versus. That's why. They don't watch Versus. They don't get it,
No,
Yates.
that's how Versus is.
I don't care about Versus. I care about what we're doing here.
This is Versus back in the 60s,
Exactly.
apparently.
That's quite all right. We're going to have Pat's first, and then yours, and then combine the 2. So, Pat, go ahead. That was number 1. What's number 2?
Good that we playing this out. Number 2, Glory Days.
Good.
Okay.
Born in the USA, 1984. Okay.
Good song.
All right, that's number 2.
Banger and
what's
from
number
his
3?
best album, 10th Avenue Freeze Out.
Oh, that's my. Now that's a good song. Now we're talking.
10th Avenue Freeze Out.
From Born to Run. Well done by you. All right.
We got to bring it down a little bit.
All right, that's number 3.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
With a little Thunder Road.
Okay, well done. All right. Especially the end when they do that. We're playing out here to win. All right, I like it. That's number 4. What's number 5?
Number 5, Rosalita.
Oh, look at you. Nice. Okay.
Nunito nor Yates. All right, seem moved.
That's okay.
After we got by number 3,
that's
Nunito
okay.
and Yates and myself were like,
But I'm a Springsteen fan, so I'll move.
That's fine. Yeah.
What's
Number
5?
6.
Number 6.
The greatest solo in music history,
All
Jungle Land.
Okay. I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, the greatest solo.
Greatest solo of all time.
I wouldn't go that far.
The big man coming in heavy with the sax.
No, I wouldn't go that far. It's great, but it's not the greatest
This
of
is
all
going
time.
to be a blowout.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
going to be a blowout.
All right, so that's number 6. What's number 7?
Number 7, Born in the USA, man.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I
don't have a problem with your list. I never have a problem with people's list, but No Love for what is my favorite Bruce Springsteen song? No Love from Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Spirit of the Night. No love for that one?
Nah.
Okay.
Didn't need it.
All right.
Yates
You're
on
right.
every one of his songs.
That's true. All right. Well, all right. So now you have your 7. We count them in order from 1 through 7 so people can know.
Number 1, Born to Run. Number 2, Glory Days.
Yeah.
Number 3, 10th Avenue Freeze Out. Number 4, Thunder Road.
Okay.
Number 5, Rosalita.
All right.
Number 6, Jungle Land.
Okay.
Number 7, Born in the USA.
Okay. All right. So those are that catalog, the
Hey,
favorite Pat songs, the
Pat.
7 songs of Bruce Springsteen.
Hey, Pat, you want to come back to my house for some pancakes?
That's not part of the catalog. that's the Dave Chappelle catalog.
I guess we're going when Doves Cry.
That's the Dave Chappelle catalog as far as that goes. All right, so Pat gave us his 7.
That was Yates' cue.
He
got it.
Okay, so now you have your 7 of Prince's catalog. You're going to go from 1 through number 7.
This is going to be a blowout.
We're
not even in the same conversation.
We'll see.
Okay, number 1.
Number 1.
Play it, Yates. When Doves Cry.
What?
Don't worry, I'll get to that in a second. Not opposed to it though.
Come on, man.
All right, so that's number one.
Come
okay.
on. Okay.
All right, I'm in with that one. All right.
Number 2, this song hits close to my heart.
All right.
I might have found myself.
Oh Lord.
On the on the 305.
All right.
Back in the day.
Okay.
Got pulled over for going too slow.
Okay.
Because I was crying.
All right.
Because I got broken up with.
Okay.
To this song.
All right. Number 2.
Play it, Yates.
You gonna be okay?
Oh man, it brings back tough times. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging. We'll just ask you, you gonna be okay?
It was a night of, some Jaeger bombs and a breakup, and
and then you
get pulled over going 15 in the 60. Not for you. It's fine. It happened.
And you also like the Michael Jordan emoji
yes.
on the side of the road. That was you.
Hey, look, you gotta go back and you gotta face tough times, Freddie. So
That's
this song brings you back to tough places.
All
okay,
right, that's number 2. What's number 3?
Number 3 on the list will be. This song right here though. This is I felt guilty leaving one song out, but this is Kiss.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
This is Kiss.
All right.
Kiss. Go ahead, Freddie. See when your neck turns like that? Kiss.
All right, that's number 3. I'm liking.
This song is classic for me.
Number 4.
Because this is dearly beloved. We are gathered here today to get through this thing we call life. Number 4, let's go crazy. Yes. Come on, man.
All right.
Come on now.
Some of 84.
Blowing Pat out of the water.
I wouldn't go that far now.
Right.
I wouldn't go that far yet.
Number 5. Many subliminal messages here. So many double entendres. I can't even explain it.
Okay.
Let's go number 5.
Yeah.
Little Red Corvette.
Well done.
Little Red Corvette.
Okay.
He's talking about everything but the car.
Oh, he's not talking about the car
He's
at all.
not talking about the car, ladies and gentlemen.
He's not talking about the car at all.
I just want you to know that.
Yeah. Google and see, and you're welcome. This PSA brought to you by Jay Will and Freddie Cohen and Prince. All right.
Yes.
That's number 5. Okay.
I'm not feeling very blown out right now.
How about I'll save my judgment. Number 6.
Oh my good. I'm not even sure Yates has number 6, but my wife, when I met her, I was like, "Oh, how do you spell your name? Oh, Nikki.
Oh Lord.
Oh my darling Nikki.
Oh Lord.
Oh come on now. What else is that is number 6, darling Nikki.
Do not Google that one, please. Don't. If kids are around, do not Google that one. Do yourselves a favor. Do not.
It was
Google
featured.
that one. Just see the movie Purple Rain. That's all I'm going to say. But do not Google.
Darling Nikki it's a real song.
It really is.
It's a real song out there for the real ones.
Do not Google that
kids
one.
Not for you,
no,
parents.
It may not be for adults.
You know what top me. And we don't see. We can't even play the song.
No, we can't.
We don't even have the sound.
Exactly.
Well, do you want to tell the people? Do you want to tell them why we can't play the
No,
song?
no, we're not doing that either.
Let's just say we like to push the limits.
No. That's not why. It's because you only came up with 5 songs.
No.
Number 7.
I have a lot more.
6 and 7.
No, I have all my songs right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
You just told us 2 seconds ago what the song was going to be.
Your whole
Who
number
told you 2 seconds ago?
You did.
When? On what
You can
platform?
probably find it on TV.
When I talk, I talk into the mic.
Okay.
I talk into the mic.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. And number 7 is Sign of the Times.
Okay, Sign of the Times. Okay.
It's known as Prince's
all right.
magnum opus. Right?
Yes.
To me, that's what I feel.
To me, that's his best album.
Yes.
Is that one, Sign of the Times. That's his best album. I'm with Pat that Born in the USA, that's Bruce Springsteen's best album. To me, his second best album is Born to Run.
Born to Run. I'm with you on that.
I'll say the most underrated in Bruce's catalog in terms of albums is Nebraska. Unbelievable album. That's the most underrated. The most underrated in Prince's catalog is The Gold Experience, the most beautiful girl in the world. That's an underrated.
I Want to Be Your Lover is another song I was kind of fighting with.
Yeah. That was his first song. That actually broke him through. Yeah, exactly. That broke him through. It's not a blowout.
It feels like a blowout to me.
Nah, it's not a blowout.
Maybe it was my delivery.
It's not a blowout. No, it's not your delivery.
My delivery feels like it made a blowout compared to past.
The song choices are on point from both of you guys. I will say this as someone who knows their catalogs pretty well. So
Your
it's
Honor,
not a blowout. Yes, sir.
I have 2 follow-up questions.
Okay.
Why was 1999 not on the list? And why was Purple Rain at number 2?
Well, see, I'm 1999 not on your list.
Yeah.
I mean, double album, one of the best double albums in history. I was surprised that didn't make the list.
Yeah,
I know where you were going. Your favorite Prince song.
Yeah, it's my favorite
It's
Prince
your
songs.
list.
It's my catalog.
But that was one question I had.
Okay.
Not 1999, not
it's
being
kind of
there.
like it's, I don't know, sign of the times kind of.
Right. I get it, but 1999 is serious.
I guess I have the meaning in the songs.
Right.
Go a long way with me, right?
Okay,
It's like, for me, I get like the hits.
Right.
But there's also like, these are all hits too, by the way.
No doubt.
But they mean more to me personally.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have a problem with your list, Pat, in terms of, I thought two songs should have made your list. Hungry Heart from the River should have made your list. I think that should have definitely made the list. And also, Prove It All Night should have made the list.
He's not feeling that.
Hungry Heart, I'm down with.
Okay. But Prove It All Night, fantastic
There was strong
record.
consideration for that one.
Prove It All Night, fantastic record. Like I said, don't have a problem with your list. But I thought that one song, 1999, and those two songs should have made it from your list.
Okay, but still, knowing the entire catalog.
To me, I'm not going to make it a tie. I'll say it's very close for Prince, but I'm going to say very, very close.
But Prince wins.
Very,
Yes,
very
thank you.
close.
Thank you.
With me. Very, very
I'll
close.
be here all
because
day.
I love the compelling songs that Pat came up with and the reasoning behind it.
Yeah,
the
sure.
same thing with you. But it goes to show you, both of these guys really kind of broke through.
Of course.
In 84,
They're
when they
both
really
great.
took over the world.
Of course.
In the land of Michael Jackson, it was Michael Jackson and Prince and Bruce Springsteen say, oh, wait a minute, Pod. You put out Thriller, but
Don't
we're
worry.
right on those lines.
Pat, I have your participation trophy in the back. It's good to be over in the winner's circle. It's good to be a winner.
Charles in Illinois at 888-729-3776. Charles, better music catalog. Is it Prince or Bruce Springsteen, and why?
Oh, it's Prince by a mile.
Thank you.
As I was telling him, I live in the country. I love the country life. Don't get me wrong, but I work in the city. All my coworkers call me the hood neck. And
I've never heard that before. That's fantastic. I've never heard that before.
You forgot, but just to put a tapper, the top 7 that he did for Bruce, and I love Bruce. I've actually given up Bruce to go see Prince. That's the greatest hits album. That's it. All right, but Cream, Thieves in the Temple, Diamonds and Pearls. There's a lot.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of stories.
I'm sorry, Charles.
Go
Are we
ahead.
now giving Jay credit for songs that he didn't pick? What are we doing?
Tell me more. Charles, Charles,
So
don't be
Jay gets to win because of the
listen
songs
to me,
he
Charles.
didn't put on his
Do
list?
not be
Got it.
affected
Thanks,
by his
Charles. See you later.
negativity.
Get out.
That's what he
Get
likes
him
to
out.
do. He likes to bring people
You're out
down.
too.
You
Pat-
keep spitting your facts,
Yeah,
Charles.
Pat, you know what? I'm not disagreeing with you on that one, but he didn't have a door on his list either. And that's like
Oh, my bad. Sorry that I picked the best Bruce Springsteen songs.
It's about
and
the
Jay didn't pick
catalog, the
best
entire
Prince songs.
body
My
of
bad.
work. I'm sorry that your
good
body
Lord.
of work pales in comparison.
You didn't even
to
pick 7. You picked 5 and then came up with the
No, I
last
had
one.
7 prepared from the
That's
beginning.
enough.
Stop spreading lies.
We're going to move on with this. We're going to move on from this.
Propaganda by you telling the people that I was unprepared.
Waiting on
Rude.
Twitter, better music catalog, Prince and Bruce Springsteen. You can do that. Real Jay Williams.
I
That's
am
Jay's
mild.
handle. My handle at
Blow
Coleman
out.
ESPN. We're going to get one of our NFL reporters with his thoughts on who had a better catalog when it comes to Prince and Bruce Springsteen, because it got heated between Pat Costello and Jay Williams. And he's also going to tell you which quarterback in the AFC East has the most pressure to win right now. This is ESPN Radio and Kiss on ESPNU.
Greeny. If being on Hard Knocks creates any problems for this team, then they were going to have them anyway. You are the most interesting team in the NFL, and the Jets should embrace that.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
You have to rent or borrow a truck and then